Have you ever wondered how something as simple as salt could hold the key to protecting your home, your family, and even your soul? Salt. So simple, yet its spiritual power is beyond anything you've ever imagined. For most of us, salt is just something we add to our food, but what if I told you it holds a far deeper significance? From the very beginning of time, salt has been more than just a common mineral. It has played a significant role in human history and spirituality. It was present during the creation of the earth, a silent witness to the birth of the world itself. Throughout ancient civilizations, salt was revered not just for its physical properties, but for its spiritual connections. Paracelsus, a great alchemist and physician from the Renaissance, believed that salt was the guardian of the earth's secrets. He understood that salt held spiritual significance far beyond its physical use, hinting at the mysteries it contains. So the question is, what makes this ordinary mineral so extraordinary is not just its ancient history, but the hidden power it holds today. Over the centuries, salt has been revered for its ability to protect, purify, and transform. But what if I told you that there are secrets about salt that most people will never know? We're about to uncover 8 incredible secrets, and the last one is so powerful, so beyond anything you can imagine, that it could completely change how you protect yourself spiritually, but you'll have to stay with me until the end to truly understand its depth. Let's get started with the first one. Secret number 1. The dual nature of salt's power goes beyond its ability to protect and purify. It has a dual nature that allows it to bless and curse, making it a force to be reckoned with in spiritual warfare. On one hand, salt is known for its protective qualities, used to purify spaces, objects, and people from negative energies. Its ability to preserve and cleanse has made it a trusted spiritual tool for thousands of years. But on the other hand, salt can also be used as a weapon of destruction, binding and cursing those who misuse it. One of the most striking examples of this dual nature is the story of Lot's wife. In the Bible, she was turned into a pillar of salt as a result of her disobedience to God's command not to look back as she fled from the city of Sodom. Her transformation into salt wasn't random. It symbolized divine judgment, a permanent reminder of the consequences of disobedience. Salt, in this case, acted as both a physical and spiritual marker of God's wrath. This ability to act as both a purifier and a destructive force gives salt a unique position in spiritual warfare. Depending on how it's used, it can either protect or curse, making it a substance that holds great power in the hands of those who understand its true potential. Secret number 2. Spiritual warfare. Salt is far more than a household item. It is a potent weapon in spiritual warfare. Throughout history, people have used salt to protect themselves and their surroundings from negative forces. When used with intention, salt can create powerful barriers that prevent harmful energies or entities from entering a space. It's not just the act of scattering salt that makes it effective, but the intention behind it. Whether sprinkled in the corners of a home or along doorways and windows, salt forms an invisible shield, warding off negativity and maintaining a spiritually clean environment. Beyond protecting spaces, salt can also be used to protect individuals. In spiritual practices, a small amount of salt can be carried or worn as a talisman to shield oneself from negative influences throughout the day. This seemingly simple act holds tremendous power when paired with the right mindset, turning an ordinary substance into a weapon of spiritual defense. It's a reminder that sometimes the strongest tools for protection are those that appear most ordinary, until you understand their deeper spiritual significance. Secret number 3. Mystical and esoteric uses. Salt has long held a place of reverence in mystical and esoteric traditions, valued for its ability to protect and purify in ways that go beyond the ordinary. In ancient Celtic practices, salt was a key element during spiritual festivals like Samhain, a time when the veil between the living and the dead was believed to be at its thinnest. During this festival, the Celts used salt to ward off evil spirits that could pass into the realm of the living. By sprinkling salt around their homes and villages, they created spiritual barriers that were believed to prevent harmful spirits from entering and causing mischief or harm. This tradition reflects a deeper belief in salt's power to create a boundary between the physical and spiritual worlds, acting as a protective shield. The Celts understood that salt wasn't just a physical substance. Its crystalline structure represented order and balance in the universe, making it an essential tool in their rituals. Even today, many continue to use salt in similar ways, honoring its ancient role in spiritual protection and recognizing its hidden power to influence both the seen and unseen forces around us. In modern times, one of the most well-known examples of salt's use in spiritual practices can be seen in sumo wrestling. Before each match, sumo wrestlers toss handfuls of salt into the ring as a symbolic act of purification. This ancient tradition is more than a simple ritual. It reflects a deep belief in salt's power to cleanse and protect. By throwing salt into the ring, the wrestlers are purifying the space, ensuring that it is free from any negative energies or malevolent forces that could interfere with the match. This act of purification symbolizes the creation of a sacred space, where the wrestlers can compete with honor and fairness. It highlights salt's enduring role as a spiritual tool across cultures and time periods. Even in this highly physical sport, the spiritual significance of salt is acknowledged and respected, showing that its power to protect and purify transcends the boundaries of religion and geography. The use of salt in sumo wrestling serves as a modern reminder of how this simple substance has been revered for its spiritual strength throughout the ages. Salt's crystalline structure holds more than just physical properties. It represents a deeper cosmic order and balance that has been recognized for centuries. In ceremonial magic and various mystical traditions, this structure is seen as a symbol of harmony in the universe. The way salt forms naturally, with its symmetrical and orderly patterns, reflects the balance that exists in the world and the interconnectedness of all things. This belief in salt's ability to embody and channel balance is one of the reasons it has been used so widely in rituals and spiritual practices. Whether it's sprinkled to create protective circles or used to purify objects and spaces, salt is thought to restore order where chaos might threaten. Its very form is a reminder of the underlying structure of the universe, a balance between forces that we can tap into when we use salt with the right intention. This connection to balance and harmony makes salt an essential element in ceremonial magic, helping to align physical and spiritual energies to create a sense of peace and protection. Secret 4. Salt's role in alchemy and spiritual transformation. In alchemy, salt holds a crucial position as one of the 3 fundamental substances alongside sulfur and mercury. This trio represents the building blocks of all things in the universe, both physical and spiritual. Salt, in particular, is associated with the material world and the crystallization of spiritual energy into a physical form. It symbolizes stability, structure, and preservation, but its role goes much deeper than that. In the alchemical process, salt undergoes purification, just as the soul is refined through spiritual transformation. Alchemists believed that the journey of transforming raw salt into a pure, crystalline substance mirrored the journey of the human soul seeking enlightenment. Through various stages of refinement, salt was thought to hold the key to unlocking the deeper mysteries of life, bridging the gap between the material and the spiritual. This belief in salt's transformative power wasn't just about physical change, it represented the soul's ability to evolve and ascend, moving from a state of chaos to one of clarity and balance. In this way, salt played a vital role in spiritual transformation, serving as a reminder that just as it can be purified, so too can the human spirit through dedication and the pursuit of higher wisdom. Alchemists believed that salt had the power not only to purify physical matter, but also to purify the soul, reflecting their deeper understanding of the material and spiritual worlds. Just as salt is used to cleanse and preserve physical substances, it was thought to have the same effect on the human spirit. The process of transmutation, a central theme in alchemy, involved transforming base materials into something purer and more refined, symbolizing the soul's journey towards spiritual perfection. In the same way that salt removes impurities from food, alchemists believed it could remove impurities from the soul, helping it reach a higher state of purity and balance. This alignment with spiritual purification is evident in rituals where salt was used to cleanse spaces, objects, and even people, removing negative energies and restoring harmony. The idea was that just as raw salt is refined into its purest form, the soul could be purified through spiritual practices, shedding layers of negativity and imperfection. For the alchemist, this purification was a vital step in the process of enlightenment, where the soul, like salt, could undergo a transformation, evolving into something more powerful and spiritually aligned. This connection between physical and spiritual purification made salt an essential element in alchemical traditions, seen as a gateway to higher understanding and inner harmony. Salt's purification process is often seen as a reflection of the human journey toward enlightenment, symbolizing the transformation that occurs both physically and spiritually. Just as raw salt goes through a refining process to become pure and crystalline, individuals undergo their own spiritual refinement throughout life. This process mirrors the stages of growth and self-discovery, where impurities, whether they are negative thoughts, actions, or energies, are gradually removed. In many spiritual traditions, this journey toward purification is central to reaching a higher state of being. Salt, in its ability to cleanse and preserve, serves as a powerful symbol for this transformation. As it purifies physical matter, it represents the cleansing of the soul, helping individuals move from a state of spiritual chaos to one of clarity and balance. Each step in this process brings one closer to enlightenment, where the mind and spirit are aligned with higher truths. This transformation isn't just about becoming spiritually clean, but also about gaining wisdom and understanding through the process. Just as salt preserves and protects, the soul is strengthened and purified over time, making it more resilient and attuned to the deeper forces of the universe. Salt's role in spiritual rituals serves as a reminder of this ongoing journey, encouraging us to seek our own form of spiritual purity and enlightenment. Secret number 5. Salt as a shield against spiritual attacks. Salt is not just a common household item, it has long been used as a powerful shield against spiritual attacks. Many spiritual traditions believe that salt has the ability to repel negative energies and protect individuals from unseen forces that might wish them harm. One of the most effective ways to use salt for personal protection is through salt baths. By dissolving consecrated salt in warm water and bathing in it, you can cleanse your aura of negative energy and harmful spiritual influences that may have attached themselves to you. During the salt bath, the salt is believed to work by drawing out impurities and dark energies, leaving your aura purified and fortified. The act of bathing in salt water not only removes existing negative forces, but also strengthens your spiritual defenses, making it more difficult for harmful energies to attach to you in the future. Some believe that regularly incorporating salt baths into your spiritual routine can help keep your aura clean and your mind clear, providing ongoing protection from spiritual attacks. This simple yet powerful practice emphasizes the protective nature of salt, making it a key element in safeguarding your spiritual well-being. Whether you feel weighed down by negative energy or simply want to strengthen your defenses, salt can serve as a reliable ally in your spiritual protection. Salt baths are considered one of the most effective methods for cleansing and strengthening the aura, the subtle energy field that surrounds and protects each person. The process works by dissolving consecrated salt into warm water, allowing the salt's purifying properties to interact with the body and aura. As you immerse yourself in the bath, the salt is believed to draw out negative energies, impurities, and emotional blockages that may have attached themselves to your aura, leaving you feeling lighter and more balanced. This cleansing action not only purifies the aura, but also reinforces your spiritual defenses. Just as salt preserves and protects in the physical world, it is thought to create an energetic barrier around the individual, making it more difficult for negative forces to penetrate or cling to your energy field. Over time, regular salt baths help maintain a cleaner, stronger aura, reducing the chances of spiritual attacks or energy drains. The ritual of taking a salt bath is often accompanied by visualization, where individuals focus on the idea of the salt dissolving all negative influences and strengthening their energetic shield. This combination of physical action and mental intention amplifies the protective effects of the salt, leaving you not only cleansed but also spiritually fortified and ready to face the world with greater resilience. Nighttime is often considered a vulnerable time for spiritual disturbances, as sleep opens the door to unseen energies and influences. One simple yet powerful method to protect yourself during this time is to sprinkle salt around your bed. By creating a circle or a line of salt along the perimeter of your bed, or even placing some under your pillow, you establish a protective barrier that prevents negative energies or malevolent spirits from approaching you while you sleep. This practice is rooted in the belief that salt, with its purifying and protective qualities, can shield you from disturbances such as nightmares, spiritual attacks, or any form of energy that seeks to disrupt your peace. The salt acts as a spiritual shield, keeping the energy around your sleeping space clean and balanced, allowing for restful and uninterrupted sleep. For those who experience frequent spiritual disturbances at night, this simple ritual can be a reassuring way to safeguard your well-being while you rest. The salt serves as a reminder of the power of protection and the importance of keeping your environment energetically pure, even during sleep when your defenses might be lower. Secret number 6. Salt in rituals of ancestral liberation. Salt has long been a key element in rituals aimed at breaking ancestral curses or severing negative bonds that have affected families for generations. In many cultures, it is believed that unresolved spiritual issues or curses can be passed down through family lines, creating a cycle of misfortune, illness, or spiritual blockages. Salt, with its potent purifying and protective qualities, is used in these rituals to cleanse and release the family from these inherited burdens. In rituals of ancestral liberation, consecrated salt is often sprinkled in the four corners of the home or applied to specific areas of the body, such as the abdomen, symbolizing the cutting of ties with negative ancestral energies. The salt works as an agent to absorb and neutralize the lingering effects of curses or spiritual bonds that may be holding the family back. As the salt comes into contact with these energies, it is believed to dissolve the negative influences, freeing not just the individual but the entire family line from spiritual bondage. These rituals are typically performed with great intention and reverence, as they aim to not only protect the current generation but also liberate future generations from the weight of ancestral curses. By incorporating salt into this process, families can break the cycle of negativity and restore spiritual harmony, allowing for healing and renewal across generations. In rituals aimed at severing ties with negative ancestral influences, consecrated salt plays a critical role, both in protecting the home and the individual. To start, salt is sprinkled in key areas of the home, such as the four corners of rooms, doorways, and windows, forming a protective barrier. This creates a purified and energetically clean environment where negative ancestral bonds or lingering spiritual influences cannot thrive. The act of sprinkling consecrated salt is not just about physical protection, but about breaking the spiritual chains that may be holding the family back. In addition to protecting the home, salt can also be applied directly to the body. It's often used on specific points such as the abdomen, wrists, or forehead, places believed to be vulnerable to spiritual ties or blockages. When applied with intention, the salt is thought to absorb and dissolve any negative energy linked to ancestral curses or harmful bonds. This process helps release the individual from the weight of inherited spiritual burdens, clearing their energy field and allowing for personal freedom and renewal. The generational impact of these rituals is profound. By breaking the negative ancestral ties, you are not only protecting yourself, but also future generations from the same spiritual burdens. It's believed that once these bonds are severed, the curse or influence no longer has power over the family line, freeing children and descendants from the spiritual limitations that may have plagued previous generations. This practice serves as a powerful way to restore harmony and ensure a positive spiritual legacy for future family members. Secret number 7. Salt in spiritual pacts and sacred covenants. In many Middle Eastern traditions, salt is more than just a seasoning. It symbolizes loyalty, trust, and unbreakable spiritual bonds. Sharing salt between two parties is considered a sacred act used to seal pacts of friendship, peace, or alliance. When individuals share salt, they are committing to a bond that transcends the material world, creating a spiritual connection that is believed to be unbreakable. The act of consuming salt together carries deep spiritual significance, signifying that the agreement made is not just a temporary arrangement, but a lasting covenant that will endure through time. This practice has roots in ancient customs, where salt was viewed as a symbol of purity and permanence. By sharing it, individuals entered into a pact that could not be easily broken without severe spiritual consequences. These salt pacts were a way to solidify relationships with a sense of sacredness, ensuring that both parties were bound by a higher spiritual law. In these traditions, to break a salt covenant is seen as an offense against the divine itself, reflecting the profound respect and reverence given to salt as a spiritual substance. This makes salt not just a symbol of friendship, but a powerful spiritual tool for cementing trust and loyalty. In many cultures, sharing salt is considered far more than a simple act. It represents a sacred covenant that transcends life and death. When two individuals or groups share salt, they are entering into an agreement bound by spiritual law, one that carries weight beyond the physical world. This practice is rooted in the belief that salt, with its preserving and purifying properties, symbolizes permanence and loyalty. The bond created through the sharing of salt is believed to be unbreakable, continuing even after death, as it represents an eternal connection of trust and honor. This symbolic use of salt is found in various traditions, from the Middle East to Africa, where sharing salt is viewed as a sacred promise of loyalty, peace, or alliance. The salt covenant is understood to be binding on a spiritual level, making the breaking of such an agreement a serious offense, not just in human terms, but in the eyes of the divine. By exchanging salt, people commit to a relationship that is protected by the sacredness of the substance, ensuring that their bond will stand the test of time, both in this life and beyond. The breaking of a salt covenant is regarded as a profound spiritual offense, reflecting the deep gravity and sacred power that salt holds in various traditions. In cultures where salt is used to seal pacts of loyalty, peace, or friendship, the act of breaking this bond is not seen as just a betrayal between individuals. It is considered a violation of a sacred law. Salt, by its very nature, symbolizes purity, preservation, and permanence. When two parties share salt, they enter into an unspoken understanding that their agreement is protected and bound by spiritual forces, often believed to be watched over by divine powers. To break a salt covenant is to go against this sacred agreement, dishonoring not only the other person but also the spiritual and divine realms. It signifies a disruption of the balance that salt is meant to preserve, an act that could invite misfortune or even spiritual retribution. This violation reflects the seriousness of salt's symbolic role in maintaining trust and purity. The weight of breaking a salt covenant emphasizes the belief that salt, with its timeless and incorruptible nature, is more than just a physical substance. It carries a spiritual authority that commands deep respect. Secret number 8. Salt's role in healing and immortality. Salt has been a cornerstone in healing rituals across many cultures, valued for its unique ability to purify and protect both the body and soul. In spiritual practices, salt is believed to absorb negative energies and cleanse impurities, creating a sense of renewal and balance. Healers have used salt in various forms, whether dissolved in baths, sprinkled in sacred spaces, or applied directly to the body, to cleanse spiritual blockages and restore harmony. This purifying quality is often linked to its protective nature, as salt not only removes negative influences, but also forms a shield that prevents further harm. From ancient traditions to modern spiritual practices, salt continues to be used as a tool to heal and protect, allowing individuals to release emotional and spiritual burdens while strengthening their overall well-being. Salt's presence in these rituals underscores its vital role as a bridge between the physical and spiritual worlds, a substance capable of restoring and safeguarding life's delicate balance. In alchemical beliefs, salt holds a powerful symbolism of preservation and immortality, representing the eternal nature of the soul. Just as salt prevents decay in the physical world, it is thought to offer a similar form of protection in the spiritual realm, preserving the essence of life beyond death. Alchemists saw salt as a substance that transcended mere physical matter, embodying the balance and harmony necessary for spiritual endurance. This connection to immortality wasn't simply about prolonging life, it spoke to the soul's journey through the cycles of existence. Salt's ability to resist corruption symbolized the soul's resilience and its potential to remain pure and intact, even as it passes through different stages of life and death. By incorporating salt into alchemical rituals, practitioners believed they were working with the very essence of immortality, using it to protect and preserve the soul, ensuring its safe passage through both the physical and spiritual realms. This enduring association with preservation makes salt not just a purifier, but a guardian of the soul's eternal journey. Salt is also often referred to as the salt of the earth, a phrase that carries deep spiritual meaning. It symbolizes the essence that maintains balance and harmony in creation. Just as salt preserves and sustains life in the physical world, it is believed to play a similar role in the spiritual realm. Its natural ability to prevent decay and maintain purity reflects a deeper truth. Salt is seen as a force that holds the universe in equilibrium, protecting the order and balance of all things. In spiritual terms, salt acts as a guardian, preserving not only physical matter, but also the purity of the soul. It helps maintain the balance between chaos and harmony, light and darkness, ensuring that life continues to flow in a state of spiritual preservation. This connection between salt and creation reinforces its significance as a sacred element, one that keeps the forces of the universe in balance and safeguards the spiritual integrity of all living things. By using salt with intention, it is said that we can align ourselves with this balance, allowing us to live in harmony with the world around us, both physically and spiritually. As we come to the end of the video, let's quickly recap the 8 powerful secrets of salt. 1. The dual nature of salt. Salt can bless and purify, but it also has the power to curse and bind, making it a potent force in spiritual warfare. 2. Salt as a spiritual weapon. Salt is used to protect individuals and spaces from negative forces, forming a shield against spiritual attacks. 3. Mystical and esoteric uses. Ancient cultures, like the Celts, used salt for protection during spiritual festivals, and it continues to be valued for its role in creating balance and harmony. 4. Salt's role in alchemy. In alchemy, salt represents spiritual and material transformation, mirroring the purification of the soul on its journey to enlightenment. 5. Salt as a shield against spiritual attacks. Salt baths cleanse the aura and strengthen spiritual defenses, protecting against harmful energies. 6. Salt in rituals of ancestral liberation. Salt is used to break ancestral curses and free families from negative spiritual bonds, protecting both current and future generations. 7. Salt in spiritual pacts and covenants. Sharing salt symbolizes sacred, unbreakable bonds, and the breaking of such covenants is seen as a serious spiritual offense. 8. Salt's role in healing and immortality. Salt has been used in healing rituals for purification and protection, and in alchemical beliefs, it symbolizes preservation and immortality, linking it to spiritual balance and endurance. These 8 secrets reveal just how powerful and versatile salt truly is, far beyond its everyday use. Now that you've discovered its hidden powers, it's time to start using salt consciously in your own life. Whether you want to protect your home and family from negative energies, purify your space, or defend yourself in spiritual warfare, salt can be a powerful ally. By understanding its significance and using it with intention, you can tap into its ancient wisdom to create positive change and protection in your life. If you're interested in learning more about spiritual practices and hidden knowledge, make sure to check out the other videos we've specially selected for you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay connected on your journey toward greater spiritual awareness and empowerment. There's so much more to uncover, and this is just the beginning.